We bring you the FT because we partner with the company to bring you more on the latest on this developing story. Lex on Bloomberg gives you a sneak peek at the Financial Times' flagship column a day early. Sarah O'Connor of the FT joins us now from London. Sarah, first of all, why is Apple getting into advertising?
Well, I think there are two main reasons. The first one is there's a lot of money in mobile advertising. I mean, as smartphones become more and more popular, then more people are spending time using internet and apps more specifically on their phones. So last year, I think mobile advertising was worth about $300 million, but that was almost double the year before. In 5 years, people think it might be worth about $4 billion. So Apple really doesn't want to leave Google to have all of that pie to itself. The second reason is that it should keep its own developers happy. These are the people that write the apps, which really are the key to the iPhone's success. Those developers will get about 60% of the revenues from these new Apple advertisements. So for developers, that's a good thing.
How big of a threat is this then to Google?
Well, I think it is a threat, really. Google bought AdMob last year. That's a big mobile advertising company. But actually, a lot of the adverts that AdMob sells are to these Apple devices. About 40% last month went to Apple devices. So that's a big chunk of the market, which Apple now has its claws near. There is a sort of silver lining, though, for Google, which is that regulators in the US are thinking about Google's market dominance, and they're wondering about blocking that purchase of AdMob on the basis that it just is going to dominate this market. So the fact that Apple has now come in and said it's going to compete makes the market look certainly a lot more competitive than it did.
What about the risks for Apple here? Because Apple is best in class when it comes to mobile technology, mobile devices, laptops. What kind of dangers are out there for the company?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there are some dangers. They bought their own advertising agency earlier this year. But as Steve Jobs said yesterday, look, we're babes in the woods at the minute. We don't really know the advertising business that well. So obviously the danger is that they fumble this somehow, they upset their customers. Already this morning there were lots of perturbed sounding iPhone users on the blogs and Twitter saying, oh, I'm not, I already pay an awful lot for my iPhone. I don't want to be bombarded with ads too. So yeah, the danger is that they upset their customers. That said, I mean, this company knows what it's doing. It says that it will create adverts that are emotive, interactive. Your guess is as good as mine as what that means, but betting against Apple is, you have to be quite brave to do that, and I'm not sure that I'm that brave.
Well, Apple's Steve Jobs is certainly quite brave. He's known for kind of pushing the envelope and not responding to focus peer groups, for instance, to find out what's next for the company. What has he said about this?
Well, he's said that he thinks that search advertising, which is obviously the big thing on normal internet that you do on your website, search is just not what's going on with mobile. He thinks that the key is to advertise through apps themselves and to have adverts that when you click on them through the app, you can then come back to it. He thinks that this is the way to do it. This is quite different to Google's current technique. So he thinks that that's the way forward, and we'll have to wait and see and whether he's right.
All right. Thank you so much. Sarah O'Connor of the Financial Times reporting for us.